Welcome to day 42 of our BU 365-day challenge. Today we are going to talk about the P in our soaP framework with respect to our emotional health and well-being. We're going to talk about our emotional progress. P stands for progress. Well, how do we know if we're filling that gap between where we are and where we want to be? How do we know we're making progress? How do we know we're moving toward what we want and away from what we don't want? Well, the tool we're going to use to identify this and look at this over time is a process flow or a process diagram. Now, I sketched out in a very short, brief one in pencil of how do I know if I'm making progress or not, and how do I make sure that I automatically am moving toward and improving and continuously improving toward attaining the emotions I want and getting rid of the emotions I don't want. Now, I was going to share a tool, but it would take way too long. So over the next 2 days, I will detail out a way to guarantee that you can make it almost impossible to feel the emotions you don't want to feel. I mean, you'll still be able to if you need to, like if you're being chased by a bear. We talked about that yesterday. But also how to increase and make sure that you're feeling the emotions that you want to feel at the drop of a hat. Make it easy to feel the emotions you want. And then the next day, I'll show you how to make it almost impossible to feel the emotions that you don't want. But that's going to take a couple days. So instead of trying to smash it all in today we'll talk about process and progress, how to use process diagrams to make sure you're making progress and to automate that progress. And then tomorrow and the next day, we'll have a topic as well as an emotional topic, since we're focusing on emotional health and well-being for this segment of the BU 365-day challenge. Now, what is a process diagram? I actually wrote a book on how to do process diagrams, and I taught process diagrams and how to document your processes throughout my entire quarter-century plus corporate career, as well as in all of the different businesses and industries I've been involved in, because it's such a powerful tool. I also taught my kids how to use them and make process diagrams and think about the processes and think about how they were doing things when they were little kids. So as adults, they automatically do it as well. So I haven't actually written down a process for quite a while. So it was kind of fun to do today. So I said, okay, well, what is my emotional process? And what I'm going to ask you to do today, if your action item is to create your own emotional process diagram. And then over time, you'll improve it and change it and figure out how to best have it work for you. So I'm going to use my magnifying glass to read mine. So for example, mine is something happens and it triggers an emotion. I have a physiological response in my body. Something physical reacts. And then I have a subconscious feeling. Now, is it urgent or important? I have a little decision tree here, a little decision diagram. Is it urgent or important? If it's urgent or important, yes or no? Well, if yes, then I need to pay attention, right? And I need to send it to my conscious mind. If it's no, then I just don't need to do anything and the process stops. It ends. But if it's urgent or important, I need to pay attention. I need to engage my conscious, and then I have another decision to make. Is it appropriate to the situation? And why did I put that in there? Because guess what? Sometimes my emotional and feelings aren't really appropriate to the situation. Whenever I have negative self-talk, whenever I'm beating myself up over something, whenever I'm overreacting to a situation, which, I've been known to do before, overreact to a situation, or have the wrong information. Maybe I heard it wrong. Maybe somebody said something and I heard something different than what they actually said, or I assumed something about their intention that they absolutely positively didn't intend. So I want to take a check then and say, all right, is my emotion, is my feeling, is what I'm thinking about this, because I'm going to start to engage my brain, accurate to the situation? Or do I need to go back to the situation, to the person, place, or thing, and get more information? Do I need to find out what their intent was? Do I need to get more information about what really happened, not just a little piece of the event that I might have seen or reacted to? So that's just the beginning. I haven't finished my process. It needs to go to the next side of the page, but I just wanted to start it so you can see here's the things I do in sequential order. And then I can go back. Once I write this process down and document it, I can go back and I can look and I can say, okay, well, maybe somewhere in there as part of the is it appropriate or urgent or important, I could ask myself, is this the emotion I want to be feeling right now? Is there a better, and then yes or no, and then no, then go ahead and feel it. Yes, what else, what options can I look at? What other emotions are available to me? What could I be feeling instead of what I might be feeling? So I'm going to go through my whole process, and then I'm going to go back and look at that and say, well, where are there places I can eliminate steps or improve steps? Or where are there whole things I need to consider that I've never considered before? Maybe I need to touch base and say, does this match the new definition that I've created for myself for feeling irritated or impatient? If the answer is no, I have to then revisit my new definition and apply my new definition to the situation, and then go through the process again. Okay, something happened with applying my new definition of irritation. Do I want to be irritated, or do I just want to be a little miffed? Do I want to reach for a better feeling emotion? I can always nowadays say and think about, what am I grateful for about this? What do I appreciate about this situation? What do I love about this situation? What can I learn from this situation? And whenever I ask myself those type of questions, which is part of my process, it flips me out of the negative focus and into a more positive upward spiral focus. So today, our action item is to just start to document your process for dealing with emotions. And then after you document it, look at and say, okay, where could I make an improvement? And just every few weeks, as you're feeling different emotions, remember to go through your process and think about, well, how could I improve this? How could I feel better? How could I make this better for me? Because that's how we continually improve over the course of the year, even after we're done dealing with emotional specific items. This segment, we can move on and be continually improving our emotional well-being throughout the rest of the year. I'm still working on, and will be working on all year, my physical well-being. I had an appointment with the cardiologist the other day, and so I need to do a couple of things differently with respect to my health in order to prepare for replacement of my ICD next year. I'm going to have that, get a new box put in. It'll be smaller though, so I'm excited about that. All right, so that is it for our soaP framework with respect to emotion. Any questions, comments, concerns, please ask so we make sure we get them answered throughout the rest of this month. And I will be with you tomorrow to show you how to make it super duper easy to experience the emotions you want to experience on a regular, almost automatic basis. Have an awesome day. I'll be with you tomorrow.